Hey guys, Coach Tim out on the steps. Wanted to talk to you about AI slop. AI is now being uploaded more, according to some sources, more than what we as humans are uploading. So what is fake, what is real is becoming harder and harder to discern as time goes on, and there's two huge pieces I want to advocate for. One is push your humanness. As we realize things are fake and more absurd in our digestion of content, there will be probably some sort of reaction, kind of a pushback on the BS. And so you want to push your humanness. I taught this 15 years ago at a conference about social media. With AI, it's even worse, and more people are starting to advocate for that. The other thing is to seek tangibility. I remember, again, at a conference, it was a mastermind group that I used to go to, of just realtors. And way back in the day, I only worked with realtors in marketing. And one of the things I said, as everybody's jumping on board, and it's kind of odd back in, like 2001 or 2002, where an internet guy is saying to you guys should you guys should regular snail mail more. And it's kind of conflicting. Well, if you know anything about the rule of 7 and anything about how the brain works, multiple media is huge, and I'm going to be doing stuff on this soon. The kids are calling it multi-channel marketing. It's just the rule of 7 using technology. But with the rule of 7, you can use old school methodologies that tap into the senses of our prospects, more so than the disposability that's digital. The problem with digital is it's disposable. And if you know anything about recent studies, we have no attention span anymore. We just want to swipe. And so we want to be able to create memory of our stuff. And in fact, we need to hit people with our message 3 times. I believe it's within 48 hours, or it'll stay in short-term memory. In order to push it out of short-term memory into long-term memory, we got to do that. So one of the ways is using the old rule of 7, where it takes 7 touches, even if I am interested, before I even realize that I want to buy something. So I want to give props today to a buddy of mine that I grew up with as a kid, went to grammar school, had the delight to be able to play with him when I went to El Camino as a freshman. He was a sophomore, and we played on the same team. And then through social media, of all things, Facebook, we end up reuniting, as many of us have. You have probably, with old friends. And recently we started talking, and as it turns out, my boy Rick is a minister up in Solvang. And let me tell you, if I'm going to be a minister or anything, Solvang ain't a bad place to be. He oversees a beautiful compound up there, takes and ministers a beautiful church, does a great job, and he writes. And so what he did was he put this book together, and It's very light. It's not heavy reading, but it gets his message out there. It can be found, if you're a believer, it's jesusatthecenter.net. Richard Soto is his name. And I just want to pay him props because this is tangible, right? You don't throw this away like you do your email. You see what I'm saying? So tangibility is something we want to look at as marketers, because it's everything we do is too disposable. If I could hold on to something that has some sort of value, right? Now, him sending this to me assumes that I'll find value in it, right? Well, we both grew up good old Catholic boys, so it's kind of hard for me to just go, I'm not into that, so I'll just throw it away. Kind of hard, right? Plus it's his work, my buddy's words, or he would probably say God's words, but nevertheless, even more reason not to throw it away. So kudos to Rick, and kudos to you that are working both modalities, the digital modality and that thing called being human, the tangibility modality. Start doing that more. Mix it with your normal mix and get past all this AI slop. Bye-bye.